Okay, since this is training anyway, because, I mean, I am kind of ready for prime time or nighttime experience, of hosting. I think I'm pretty much mature enough where I can handle it. It's just that, sometimes I get a little bit run down, like when the world is running down. You make the best of what's still around. I mean, come on. Doing this kind of stuff here, you know, and then, having people upset. I mean, I come in to this with genuineness, like, honesty. I need this little coffee. Put it on my leg here. Just wake up. One sip. Okay. I mean, you know how it is. I mean, when you go into work, it's Monday. I mean, it feels like Monday, but it is Wednesday. But it is work, nonetheless. You know, human services. I'm like that a lot. Like, I can't help it. You know, we mentioned, like, the calming of the sea and everything. I mean, there's so much stuff on my mind here, so many stupid things that I did here. And then the last couple days or last week to get appreciation of some sort, like, and it was, like, alright, I admit it, a lot of this shit was crap. Okay? I do admit that. I 1,000%. I mean, because, it was all about, like me starting something, not intentionally. I didn't really mean to do it intentionally. It was just what happened, Let's concentrate on Pool Kings. Like, why don't we focus our attention on stuff like that? Like, gorgeous house, beautiful pool, hammock, the palm trees, the bar stools in there, refrigerator out there, bluest of water, whatever, you want to be with, have them there and everything. Anyone can do anything. Like, we just got to instill people, instill it in them at a proper age. Let them learn from us, like I said the other day, I was looking at it as an 8-year-old, like the situations that go on. And then last night was the 4th of July. People were lighting fireworks out there. And I went out there with a few of my neighbors. And, I mean, they're all young college kids, in that age. I mean, one's not college, one's like working in the communications field. But the other one's going to be a teacher, he's going to. But anyway, I was just thinking, because I used to love the 4th of July. I mean, all the Fifth Avenue boys and girls, they would be always out on the 4th. I remember one particular 4th of July. I mean, we had so many people, you couldn't even drive down the street. It was like a war zone. A war zone. And if there's some people, from the 5th Ave that can remember that, I remember just thousands of, like, fireworks all over. And then I remember JP coming, one of our newest ads last week. Johnny Potenza. Like, we were just kids. The eyes, the eyes, That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I'm trying to focus. Oh, I'm looking at the red light on the kids, because my whole show has been like that. It's from an 8-year-old kind of perspective, and all the turmoil that we had. And I'm taking bulk of the blame. I'm taking most of it because I reacted to it. But it was like me against the world, like, and FM, he can relate to that. He was one of my friends that we had on on Facebook years ago, and you know that thing with the one girl, a couple girls, like, you know, they knew me. You know, they knew me. I even worked with a few of them. They knew me, and they just like get rid of you, like, you know. And so I felt bad because I know what happened, because I went over to the wall of a friend. Let me get a little bit smartest coffee. And I was just like, you know, kidding around how I do the show. I thought I'd bring a little bit of happiness, you know. Try. I mean, because there's that guy Vic, you know, that Italian guy Vic. And I was saying to myself, well, maybe I was trying to do a show sort of like that. First of all, I couldn't do a show like that because when I started this Facebook, the Journey, and the West One, all this kind of stuff that I developed and everything, it's really nothing. It's just me. It's a kid. So I couldn't do it because, you know, my family, they never wanted to be on the camera. You know, it's like, get that thing off, get that thing. Hey, look how old you are. Look how old you are. Get that thing, get that thing. Everyone say you go around, you're doing videos, you're stupid. We need to flourish, you know, we need to inspire, you know. We need to lift people up, like, you know. And some of my listeners and people that kept me on for a while know that I do try. Like, you know, I try to bring up discussions, you know, from watching all the other discussions, you know, on all these topics, how they could do a better job. See, if I was a producer there, you know, if I let's say, I mean, I could clean up MSNBC real quick. You know, I mean, I would start with that. You know, I would just sit in on a few shows and then, you know, give the piece of paper to like Rachel Maddows or Hardball or whatever, or Brian Williams. I would say, okay. Oh, wow. Jesus. It's unbelievable. I tell you, man. And it was a beautiful Beamer, too. This guy, like, flying around the corner. I was out a little bit, like, you know, because I didn't think there would be anyone out at this hour. And he was like, I don't know. I often watch people park. It looks like they're going to, like, hit cars. They just fly, like, you know. It reminds me when I used to deliver pizzas. I was like that. I guess, you know. I guess the thing is, I just gotta face it that, hey, here he is again. Let's see what he does. It's flying. Let's follow him.